Doubt, the very foundation of the mind. Doubt, the very foundation of the mind. When you look into the eyes of the Master, the awakened one, you get the feeling of great, a vast emptiness. It seems that there is a continent of emptiness. But the doubt is the very foundation of which your mind is made of. The foundation on which the mind exists is doubt. As long as you are in the mind, thinking and imagining, doubt will continue from behind the mental horizon. Indeed, you are subject, doubt, the object of doubt, and processing of doubt as well. There is no other doubt. So when you sit down in meditation and you keep your mouth slightly open and doing nothing, your breathing naturally reaches to solar plexus. Keep your microphones mute, so there is no disturbance filtering into. Solar plexus is the only way that connects you to your being, to your inner space, to various parts of your body, or in a musical term, various musical instruments of which the human body is composed of. The moment you keep your mouth slightly open, you do not have to do anything. Automatically, naturally, spontaneously, something descends on you. The process of thinking disappears. Or at the most it slows down. But it vanishes in the ultimate state. There comes a relaxation. But in order to tune in to your various parts of the body with the solar plexus, we use this as a device. When there are too many thoughts arising all the time, there is emotional disturbance, solar plexus becomes tense. The hammering is necessary. This is solar plexus works on the principle of a bellow instrument. It expands and contracts in a horizontal way, just as a bellow does. When you are using the bellow musical instruments, harmonium is the best example. its bellow moves forward and backward, and when you connect to the notes, a sound is created. You have to tune your percussion instruments, which is the lower centers below the solar plexus. These are the earth center and the water center. These are the centers for subconscious and unconscious layers. What is subconscious layer? When we are living unconsciously, we do not know where the anger is coming from. Sometimes something is not necessary, but automatically it surfaces. The anger, something happened here, this is not recording. Many times we get angry for no reason. The circumstance and situation has not called for, but it happens, it surfaces. When something surfaces from deep within without any effort on your part, it is part of the subconscious and unconscious mind. The human mind, if it is 1% is conscious and 9% of that is unconscious. How does things enter into subconscious and unconscious layers? We are walking down the street. All of a sudden we see something. That thought enters your mind. We do not live totally in the moment. You have gone to the restaurant, the food is in front of you, platter of food. It is this food that is in front of you can satiate you, can give you energy. But what do we talk about at that time? We are engaged in other activities and the food enters into you in a very robotic manner. You are not eating meditatively. This will go into your subconscious and unconscious layer. So when you are eating food, you are talking about the museum where you went the last time. The museum talk goes on and the food goes into the stomach. Like that we continue to live our life. And next time when you go to another restaurant, you will talk about the food that you have eaten in this restaurant. So we talk from the memory. And then these things keeps on coming and disturbing. We have lived a life of morality. We are supposed to get angry. A child's emotion is hurt, wants to cry. The mother says, "Stop crying, otherwise I will give you a beating again." How would the child stop crying at that moment when his emotions are hurt? He wants to cry, express those emotions, but the society, our upbringing does not allow that. Child holds on to the breath. That is the only way. By holding on to the breath, he controls his emotions. And this process continues right through. And that becomes the foundation of the mind. And continues to disturb those emotions which have not been able to express at the moment when they need it. They go into our subconscious and unconscious layers. Then, in addition to these, the things get further accentuated when the collective unconsciousness. You meet someone who has a similar problem. After the age of 40, the Swiss psychologist Carl Gustav Jung says, "Out of my practice of 40 years, I have come to this conclusion. If by the time one attains the age of 40, if religion is given, the person can be sane." After 40, when the biological energies begin to deplete, everyone's best friend, a female best friend is a female, because we can identify with our problems together. A male or husband, his best friend is a male who is having a similar problems. We can share our own personal problems with one another. And this does not solve when you are discussing your problem with your friend, or your friend is discussing with you. In 99% cases, the problem does not solve. Instead, they accumulate, and through permutation and combination, it becomes more complicated. This is collective. Then the cosmic unconsciousness, this is like a virus. When there is a particular virus breaks into the city and your immune system is weak, it will affect you. You are watching a television show and a particular scene comes in, it triggers something within you. All of a sudden you get angry just watching that particular scene on the television screen. Cosmic unconsciousness. Meditation is the process to understand the nature of these, and slowly, in that understanding, these layers begin to break. So the easiest way of doing that is start hammering the solar plexus. For that we use the kalma Allahu, Allahu, Allahu. When you use these two words, Allahu, the force goes on to the solar plexus. When we are given the zikr by the Shaykh, we are asked to do the zarab, means the force. You are releasing the air onto